What a terrible performance against Brentford. 0-0 draw. Just no impetus to actually attack. Defensive football the whole way through the game. Really, really bad day at the office. Welcome back and welcome to those that are new to the channel. I'm Jack and I talk about football. I'm a Spurs fan for my sins. And today's video I'm just going to talk through the Brentford Spurs game. Like and subscribe if you like football and if you're into football content. Also post short videos on football trivia as well. But yeah, let's get into it. 0-0 draw. I'll go through some of the stats. It was just so poor. There's so many elements that I wanna talk about. So first of all, in our last game, Kevin Danso was arguably the best player. Romero's come back from suspension and he's gone straight back into the team. I don't think that was the right thing to do. What more has Danso got to do to get some continuous games, right? I think he deserved to start again. But he went with the normal back five. Then he played Bentancur and Palhinha in the middle as a double pivot with Gray, the more attacking midfielder, Kudus, Richarlison and Odegaard. For me, I thought Bentancur and Palhinha at times were getting in each other's way. They were occupying the same spaces in that number 6 role. And the partnerships just didn't seem to be there in midfield. I get they've probably not played together a lot, but it just looked like they didn't really understand each other's roles. And they ended up both being quite deep and in the similar positions. And yeah, it didn't flow, right? And then we've got Archie Gray, which, in fairness, he's a young midfielder, still learning his trade. He had a header that was on target. Maybe he could have done better. They cleared it off the line, but he done okay. I didn't think he done much wrong. I thought Kudus had a poor game. That's the second game. I think he's. You know what it is? I think he's got so much more in the tank. There's so much more to him. And we've seen it in glimpses that he's got that acceleration. He's a good dribbler. But yesterday I thought he was really poor. And I thought he deserved to come off the pitch at one point. He wasn't adding anything. He lost the ball quite a lot. Didn't hold the ball up very well at all. It was poor. I thought he was really poor yesterday. He looks like he can be a player that's easily labelled as lazy, right? You see him walking around a lot and you see players run past him. I don't know what I feel about that. But I get the feeling he's a Thomas Frank signing, right? He's like his love child. He's brought him in. It's his summer signing and he wants to play him and he'll play him every game. And he's come out in interviews and said he's been doing really well. I think he could be better, to be honest. I think he could be a lot better. And I wouldn't mind seeing him play more in central areas. 18 games, 2 goals, 5 assists this year. Not a terrible record, but I think there's more in there. Odegaard was up against Kayode, and I think he just sort of thought, this guy's too quick for me, and ended up cutting back quite a lot. He had a little cameo at the start of the game where he started roaming into central areas. I thought, okay, this could be interesting. Maybe this is a new tactic to bring Kayode out of position, maybe push Spence up into the higher left position. Maybe it was just a bit of a fluke because didn't change. It was boring football from Tottenham. We ended up having 3 shots on target, 0 big chances. We had less possession. Our XG was less than Brentford's. It wasn't a good performance. And there's the fans that were in the away stand were singing boring Tottenham. Because it was a real boring game. There was no drive, no sort of impetus to push or press high and win the ball back and get forward. It was just all a bit slow pace. It was all a little bit weak. And to go away to Brentford and have the mindset of I'm happy to take a point, that's alarm bells for me. We're a team that won the Europa League last year. It was our first trophy in quite a long time. You'd think that we'd have that winning mentality of we've won something. Let's go and try and win again. Let's try and take that forward. But just none of it. Yeah, it's not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I didn't see anything tactically from the manager. He didn't tweak anything to try and change that game around. He brought on Matisse Tell in the 80th minute. The game's they've got 10 minutes left, and he hardly had a touch of the ball. We didn't get the ball out to him at all. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if we've got the right mentality to then go out and really feel like winners. We've just won a European competition last year, and we're looking like our mediocre selves again. I thought this was our opportunity to really kick on and do something different, but no, it's a bit of a same old from Spurs. There was a few fans that were talking about that I've spoke to on various social media sites about our spending, and it comes up quite a lot, right? Going, we haven't spent enough money. So here you go. Johan Lange, since he's been at Tottenham, we've spent £317 million. Over 300 million on our squad. So we can't say we're not spending money. I just think quite a lot of the signings haven't really been hits, like big hits. So we've got Kinski, 12.5 million, number 2 goalkeeper. Odobert, 30 million roughly, 28 million here. Potential, but I don't see any improvement from the coach. Matisse Tell, 38.5 million. Wasn't even in the Champions League squad. Why go and spend 40 million on a player and then not even put him in the Champions League squad? Obviously he's in there now, but doesn't even get any game time. Looks like another player that's got potential. Kevin Danso, 18 million, probably one of the best buys that we've bought. I really rate Danso. I think yesterday at Brentford we should have gone 5 at the back, wing backs up, 3 in the middle. Van der Ven can progress. Danso can go one-on-one against Igor Thiago. 4 backs up, 3 in midfield, and 2 up front. Lose the wingers, go 2 up front. Even put Kudus up front with Richarlison if you want to, but more central. I thought we would have been better doing that, but look, it didn't change his tactics at all. Archie Gray, 40 million. He's still young, so that could be okay. 65 million on Dominic Solanke. At the time, I said it's too much money. And when you think of return on investment, you're going to get nowhere near that on Solanke. Obviously, been injured the whole time this season. Looks like really bad business at the moment. Rado Dragusin, 28 million. Coming, obviously, he had a big injury. He's only just sort of come back, but wasn't the right signing for an Ange team. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out on loan. But again, are you going to get a return on investment on 28 million? Doesn't look like it. Lucas Bergvall, 12 million. Probably the best business we've ever done, especially in recent times. 12 million. He needs more goals and he needs more assists for him to really be regarded as like an elite player. But 12 million is good. 50 million on Xavi Simons. I've seen some improvement in him. Obviously, the sending off against Liverpool was a setback. I think it potentially could become good, but it's been a struggle at the start of the Premier League season. Carlo Mawani and João Palhinha on loan, 6 million, 7 million respectively. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's 317 million that we've spent. The big ones are like Solanke, 65 million is a big amount of money to spend on a striker and it not to work out, right? And now we're left with Richarlison up front, who love and I hate him, but he's a nuisance and he gets goals. I just think tactically we could do a lot more, especially with that game yesterday at Brentford. We could have done a lot more to put them under pressure, to go out there and try and win the game. I'm not sure what's going on at the moment. My belief is that Frank will be there until the end of the season. I think they'll assess it at the end of the season. But something needs to change between now and then for him to stay in the job. If those performances that we had against Brentford continue, they may make the decision early and they may sack him early, because you can't perform like that in that manner consistently and be okay. The fans are going to get on his back. I'm sure the board aren't going to be happy with the results. For me, I would prefer to go back to the type of football where it's more progressive, entertaining, attacking. At least with Pochettino, he worked with young players. He made them better. Could that be something that we look at as an option after the World Cup? There's potential there. I actually think at times, Ange Ball, towards like the middle to end of last season, it wasn't great, let's be honest. We ended up 17th. But there were times when he first come in where we were a bit more gung-ho and a bit more entertaining. Well, I prefer that. Like, I prefer to lose 4-1 like Bournemouth did to Brentford, but have 20 shots and 10 shots on target like they did. We had 3. It's not looking good at Tottenham at the moment. It's a bit doom and gloom. Spurs fans, let me know what your thoughts are. Would you continue with the manager? Is it his fault or is it the players' fault? Some people are saying it's the players, they should be better. But for me, we've spent a lot of money. What are we going to go and do? Go and spend a load more money on players that, again, have potential. Like, our players that we've got here have potential. They just need to be coached better, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts.